Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for allowing us to just kind of talk about your story and the impact that you've received through seeking treatment and getting help. So if you want to first just kind of start off by telling me a little bit about yourself and what brought you to SMA.
Okay, well, a little bit about me. I'm 33. I turned 33 in April. That was a pretty cool milestone for me, judging from my background, like not a lot of people make it to 33. So that was like awesome. But what brought me to SMA was I have schizophrenia. The full diagnosis is schizophrenia, bipolar type disorder.
Okay.
Really. So like I hear voices, I have hallucinations. I was just talking with my nurse practitioner last week. I was in a stressful situation and I smelled roses that weren't there. And so like that's kind of like where I'm at the moment.
Yeah.
But that's really what brought me to SMA. I was in the CSU and they had nurses come by, like they were nurse graduates.
Okay.
And they recommended SMA for like outpatient and stuff like that, and also the Navigate program. And so I was like, well, I might as well do that, like if it helps, it helps. If it doesn't, then at least I tried, I always say a man that tries is worth my respect. So yeah.
So pretty cool story bringing you here. And you just turned 33. How long have you participated in the Navigate program?
I believe I started in November or October.
Okay, so less than a year.
Yes.
And when did you start kind of experiencing the symptoms, the voices that you mentioned? How long ago did that start?
So that started when I was in second or third grade.
Okay.
The voices I have, they have names. So the first voice I heard was a little girl named Jessica. And of course, me being in second, third grade, she was around that age as well. And she would always like call my name. She'd be like, Shinji, Shinji, and no one would be there. But I went to go tell my mom about this situation, and she was like, oh, you're fine, blah, blah, blah. And then kind of brushed it off and whatnot. So there's that. And then probably around 16 years old, I got my first male voice.
Okay.
And his name was Frank. Very like overboard, I guess you could say. Like very demanding and brash. That's a very good word. Very brash.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Probably a little scary.
When I was that age, yeah. It was very scary. He would tell me not to hurt myself or to harm others and things like that. That's what got me into getting in fights and stuff. Yeah. But what helped navigate that was my grandmother. She put me in martial arts, so that helped keep me active and not necessarily hear these voices at all times and stuff.
Yeah. So growing up, you had the voices for a long, long time. Sounds like your grandma was a really key figure in your life, giving you a lot of support to keep you going on a pretty good path throughout your young adult years, your teenage years. When you came to SMA, it sounds like you got started through crisis services.
Yes.
More so than outpatient. Outpatient was kind of the follow-up?
Yeah.
Okay. What were you hoping to get out of it when you started receiving the treatment?
My primary goal to get out of it was understanding, because, I used to think that these voices in my head were imaginary friends, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I didn't quite understand what was going on or what I had. And when they diagnosed me at the CSU, the Crisis Unit, with schizophrenia, I was like, oh man, that makes sense. I have my associate's degree in psychology, so I was like, okay, pulling from that and talking with the nurse practitioner there, it was more like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like, now I get it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get a better understanding, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah.
Was it normal in your family to seek help for these kinds of things?
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of families, it's not. So what inspired you or encouraged you to maybe step out of what was normal for you and your upbringing and your family to say, hey, I think I need that better understanding and I'm gonna go get it?
Well, it was actually my grandma. I can laugh at this now, but we just moved, and moving was very stressful for me, you know, because like I used to work for a moving company, so I had my own way of moving furniture, and just with her not being able to help me moving an entire house by myself, you know, that was very stressful. And one day I just snapped, you know, like the voices were getting way too overbearing. I wanted to harm myself. I was definitely like suicidal.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I had Frank, and so he was telling me, you know, like hurt everybody around you. Can I say kill? Is that okay? Okay.
That's what the voices were telling you.
Yeah, you know, like straight up, like just kill this person, and so forth and so on. You know, like I had plans and everything like that. And my grandma, who I call my mom now, she was like, okay, your aunt works at the CSU. We're gonna take you there, and maybe they can help. And so they took me there. That was a little scary at first because I had no idea what to do or how to like process everything that just happened. And the first night it took about 5 hours for me to get a bed. So I was in the, I guess you could call it the waiting room, and my stress levels were like up here.
Yeah.
And I just kept hearing voices and more voices and more voices, and so I ended up like trying to consolidate myself. I was sitting in the chair like my legs up like this,
kind of curled up in the fetal position.
Yeah, and like I wasn't like rocking back and forth, and I was just like just sitting there. And then finally they took me over. My aunt works there as well, so she helped calm down a lot. And yeah.
What do you wish somebody would have said to you in that moment? You're curled up, you're scared, you don't know what to expect. What do you wish somebody would have said to you?
I wish someone would have said it'll be okay. Definitely.
Because it's scary.
It is. And just going back on that day, I was telling this to Lexi. She's the psychiatrist. She doesn't provide medication, so a psychologist for the Navigate team. And right now we're at a point in the packet where we're talking about our story, and so we had to go back to like that day. And another thing I remember was I would eat by myself. Like I was so like, I wouldn't say scared, but my awareness was peaked. And I haven't received my medication yet. They haven't given me like any diagnosis at this time. So like dinner time came along, because that's when I first got my bed. Dinner time came along, and I just sat near a wall, near a trash can where I could see everybody. You know, 'cause I didn't trust anybody at that time, and I was so anxious, so scared, and it just, after that day, I kind of got more acclimated, and it just rolled on from there. Then I got to see the nurse practitioner. We talked about what's going on and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So in your transition from the inpatient facility to the Navigate program, which kind of has everything wrapped in one. You have your nurse practitioner, you have case management, you have peers, kind of people around you going through the same thing. What has been the thing that you've seen change the most about yourself since you've made that transition and you started really getting involved?
I'm at peace, if that makes sense.
What does that look like for you?
Quiet.
Have the voices quieted?
Yes, that most definitely. Like that helps. We had a peer counselor, Nick, before Adrian came in, and he has schizophrenia as well, or has schizophrenia. And we would go to this record store and just talk about music and everything like that, and that helped keep my mind off of the voices. Because like, I don't know if it's for everybody, but for me with my schizophrenia, like if I'm alone, then they come back. And talking with Nick helped a lot. Hal helps a lot. All we do is talk about cars and working out. And he's helping me with my photography business and whatnot. And so like the two of them have definitely helped me calm down my voices and keep me on something different, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. And it sounds like there's also been a really important piece about connecting with somebody else who understands.
Definitely.
And having an opportunity to share with them, to learn from them, and to just kind of be yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's your biggest obstacle been since you've been navigating this? What's the biggest challenge?
My biggest challenge is taking my medicine.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me about that.
Yeah. Okay. So I was diagnosed with ADHD in elementary school, and so I hated taking pills as a child. Like I was like, I don't understand why I have to take these pills. You know, like I feel like I'm fine and everything like that. So now fast forward to here, and it's like I know I'm not fine, but I still have to take these pills, and that was a challenge. Lixie helped with that a lot. She told me to set a reminder. It's okay to take medicine, and always take my medicine at a certain time, which is 7:30 at night or right when I wake up in the morning, because I take a morning pill and then a night pill as well. Okay. And yeah, it's at first it was overbearing a lot, because like I stopped taking my ADHD pills when I turned 18. I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. Like I'm sick of taking pills, you know. And just with the Navigate team and how they have helped me, you know, I'm okay with taking my pills now. Like it's something that I won't say I enjoy, but it's definitely something that I don't hate. You know, like I like taking my pills because for one, it makes me feel better. Two, it quiets the voices. And for three, it just helps me be like an all-around more better person, if that makes sense.
Do you feel like, even though it's not something you enjoy, it's helped to get back to feeling a little bit more like yourself?
Sorry.
That's okay.
Can you elaborate on that?
Meaning, you know, when the voices are intrusive and when they're causing you to really feel like you're at a breaking point. You can't really be who you want to be. It changes your personality. Right. It changes how you interact with people. Definitely. And now that you're on the medication, even though it's hard to remember, you don't really want to have to be on medication every day. Does it give you back those pieces of yourself that you really enjoy?
Absolutely.
Okay. Tell me about it.
So I'm an artist as well, and I've done 5 paintings within the last month.
Wow.
Yeah, and like I used to love to paint, draw, and things of that nature. Like all these tattoos, I did all of this by myself, like on myself.
So you've gotten your creativity back.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And that also helps as well, you know, because I feel like now I have a purpose. Whereas like some of my voices, there's Jimmy. He would be the one that would tell me that I'm not good enough and like I'm not worthy enough. And so like now that he's kicked the bucket, like I'm back doing my painting. I'm back doing my drawing. I'm back creating, listening to music, writing music, and things of that nature.
Yeah. I love when you said, now I have a purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what anybody wants in life, right? Is to know that you have a purpose.
Exactly.
So what's next for you? What do you see on the horizon? If you could, you know, like flip the page and predict what would happen tomorrow, what would that look like for you?
Right now, winning my first bodybuilding show.
Okay. Are you training?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely training with that, and how the career, is it career counselor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Hal. I call him Hal Jordan, first of all. Who, like, for those who don't know, Hal Jordan is the Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
And so I call him Hal Jordan. But Hal has been so supportive of that. Like, I'm also working on my photography business and working on being a personal trainer. But every time I come to see Hal, he's like, dang, man, you look good. You look huge, you know? and it's like, it's good for me because I've always wanted to be a bodybuilder.
Mm-hmm.
Like, since I started football in high school, my coach said, man, you should do bodybuilding. You have perfect muscle insertion, all this and all the good things. And I kind of let that fall to the wayside. But Hal has helped bring that back.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You've got some big goals now.
Yeah.
So if I had asked you that question a couple of years ago, do you think all of that would be possible, what you're describing to me right now?
A couple of years ago, possibly.
Okay.
Possibly, because I'll say it's been like 3 years now. I did my first art show. Like, I had my photography hung in a gallery and things of that nature. I was up in Jacksonville doing that, and that was my main focus. And of course, I still had some of the voices, and I would disassociate a lot. And at that time, I didn't know how or what to do with them, so I was self-medicating. Like, I was smoking marijuana and things of that nature to help do that. But so to answer your question, it's still a kind of, but more so,
You were really already headed in that direction. But it sounds like now, with the support that you have and getting on the medication that is needed, it's really kind of propelled you that much more. Definitely. So that you know you can reach that goal now. It's not a question, it's not a maybe, it's like, I'm gonna get there.
Yeah.
And it's gonna happen. And you can see it all over your face. You're like, I've got this, I know I've got it.
Definitely. And I love the team that I have because everybody's supportive. You know, down from Lixie to Shannon, to Hal, Adrian, the new guy, he's been supportive, and Lewis, the family counselor, he's been one of the most supportive people, if not more than Hal. And I love them all. I really do.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear they've had a really big impact on you.
Yeah.
What would you tell somebody who might be out there struggling, could be with anything, maybe it's mental health, maybe it's substance use, and they don't know what to do. They want to get help. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go, or maybe they're a little bit afraid of reaching out. What would you tell to that person who's struggling?
I'd tell them one of two things. The first thing would be look for help. Because there's people out there that do want to help. We just don't know how to find them. But if you sit down, get on your phone or your computer, Google something help, like whether it's substance abuse help or mental health help, like search it. We as humans are natural researchers, if that makes sense. We have this desire, shall I say, to learn more. So I would say utilize that. The second part to that answer would be definitely find an SMA place. If I don't know how many SMA
locations.
Locations that we have, but find SMA. Because you guys know what you're doing. Down from the nurse practitioner, down to the Navigate team, down to the correct medicine. I have to give my hats off to Erin because she's my nurse practitioner. She is the one that's giving me my pills, and she knows what goes with what needs to not be with this, and things of that nature. And I'm like, dude, you're awesome. Because when I was back in the CSU, they gave me one pill, and that made everything worse. Yeah, and like not talking bad on them because your first week, I guess you can say, in the crisis unit is more of a trial and error for everybody. You know, to see what goes with what doesn't go with what, and Aaron has like dialed that in perfectly. So like I'll have times where I still hear voices, but they're either not that loud, that many, or that intrusive, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, if I could give any advice to anybody that's going through anything, like get help. Like it works. And don't sit here and think that people don't want to help you, because people do want to help. And it's a good thing.
If I were to ask your grandma about the change in you since you got help, what do you think she would say?
I laugh because she would say, he's my sweet little baby now. I grew up being the nice kid, the sweet kid, you know, not being as aggressive and things of that nature, and she definitely has gotten that back.
Yeah, she got her sweet little baby back.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything that you thought that I would ask you that I haven't asked about that you wanted to talk about?
Not really.
No? We covered everything?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got one final question.
Okay.
So, you know how athletes have walkout songs? It gets them all pumped up when they're getting ready to walk out onto the court or the field, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
What's your comeback song?
My comeback song?
Yeah. The song that gets you pumped up about everything good that you've got going on in life and moving forward.
Okay. I would say it's a song called West Savannah by an artist named Isaiah Rashad, featuring this SZA. I think that's how you say her name. And basically, like, the hook is what gets me. And it says, at least we fell in love with something greater than debating suicide. Yeah, and in fact, when I was doing this tattoo right here, I was listening to that song, and I was like, yeah, man, at least we fell in love with something greater than, you know, suicide. So that would definitely be my comeback song.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Of course.
All right. I think that's, if you don't have anything else that you wanted to share, I think that's all I've got for today.
I don't know. What else could I share?
You don't have to share anything.
I think we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really appreciate this. This was awesome.
Of course.
Thank you very much for your time. I'm so grateful that I got to meet you and interact with you.
Yes, absolutely.
And really glad to hear how much Navigate has helped you.
Yeah, they're awesome. I love them.
Very good.